here today for Lawnfawn and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be creating a reveal wheel card using the brand new square add-on die. I'm also going to be using the Pick of the Patch stamp set as well as the original reveal wheel die and the little bicycle built for you stamp set for the little kids that look like they're sitting down. I just thought that would be really fun to have inside of a pumpkin patch. So I'm going to start off my card today by using the square add-on piece and also the Pick of the Patch add-on piece, and I just die cut both of those pieces together onto some watercolor cardstock. I then also cut an additional square piece out of some regular cardstock and also the scalloped circle piece and also this small circle piece out of the original reveal wheel die set out of some more white cardstock. Then I'm also just using some paper fasteners that I picked up at my local stationery store. I don't have any brads left in my stash, so this works a treat. They are just a little bit bigger, so I just made sure I twisted it around in a circle so that it can rotate and move around really easily. And then I'm also taking my wire snips to cut off the excess prongs because I do think that you would see them through the pumpkin die cut. So now that I've gone ahead and done that, I've just adhered those two pieces together using the split pin, and then I've just gone ahead and added a few strips of foam tape onto that smaller circle piece just so that I can adhere it to the backer piece of this reveal wheel card. So I'm just laying that down on my craft mat now that it's all aligned, and I'm pressing that backer piece of the reveal wheel die onto there. So then this is what basically creates the main section of the interactive card. So it's really fun. And then I did end up swapping out that white scalloped piece for an orange piece. This is just some fake tan cardstock just because I wanted it to be orange for the pumpkin, so I just thought that that was a lot more fitting. So now I have just sort of washi taped these two pieces together so I can stamp out the little faces inside of the pumpkin to get them lined up correctly. And you can see in the top left hand corner there that I just did them 4 of them because I felt like that fit the best. Now it's time to ink blend on this front piece of the reveal wheel die, and so I'm just going to be using Distress inks for that. So I decided to use a little bit of squeezed lemonade in the center, and then I'm going around the edges with black soot. Then I'm pulling in a little bit of chipped sapphire to the outer edges just because I really wanted this to be like a nighttime sky, so I went ahead and did that. And then I'm just finishing off with a little bit of salty ocean just to complete the look, and that yellow and that blue are going to blend into each other, but it's not too much of a problem since a lot of the pumpkins that I'm going to be colouring and die cutting later are going to cover that, so I think it turns out fine in the end. Then I'm just going back through with that squeezed lemonade colour just to blend that out a little bit more. Then I just created a mask using some 2-inch posting tape. I just thought that this was easier. It's a little bit tacky and it just works really well as a mask, so that's what I like to do. I just use some scissors to cut a hill, and I'm using some mowed lawn and some twisted citron at the bottom piece there to create this sort of grassy hill. Then I just flicked some water onto the background and then dried that off with my heat tool. Now that the front panel is already an interactive part of the card is complete, I can work on stamping and colouring. So I'm using some of the brand new white cardstock, and I'm going to be using that for my Copic colouring today. It is such a smooth white cardstock, it's really good quality and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to Copic colour in all of my images today. I'm not going to show all of them because it just got really repetitive, so I am going to colour the rest off camera. So I'm just using some oranges for the pumpkins, and then I also pulled in a little bit of brown just to darken that up just a tad. Then I'm using some greens for the leaves. I'm using these E40s for the little tops of the pumpkins. I'm using these sort of olivey colours for the boy's top, and then using some blue for his pants so they look like jeans. Then for the girl's dress, I'm just using some blue violet colours. I really tried to go quite muted and not very bright with these because I really did want it to be sort of like spooky and more like Halloween-y feel rather than having like bright pinks and things like that. Then I just coloured in their skin, and then I'm colouring in her hair. So I just poured in some yellow reds for that, and then I'm using the same browns that I used on the little tops of the pumpkins for his hair. Then I just went ahead and coloured the rest of the images off camera and cut them all out using the coordinating dies. Now it's time to arrange my scene together, so I'm just sort of getting a rough layout for where I want my pumpkins to be placed, and then I'm just going to adhere them down using mainly flat adhesive, but using dimensional adhesive for the kids sitting at the front. I just thought it was super cute because it looks like they're sitting on top of the pumpkins, and I can only imagine that that's maybe what you would do if you're at a pumpkin patch, or you know, if there's a pile of pumpkins and maybe you would sit on them. I don't really know, but anyway, I just thought that would be kind of cute to do. And so I'm just adhering all of the vines and the leaves on top as well, and then adding on that little pumpkin piece with the die cut center and adhering that on top as well. And then I'm just checking to see that all of the faces work, and it looks really cool, and I really love how this turned out. So it's time to adhere it all together. I'm just going ahead and using more of that foam tape and adhering it all around that scalloped circle piece, and then pressing the two together to create the reveal wheel. It's super cute. I really love this die, and this was super easy to make as well. So now that the main focus of my card is complete, I can go ahead and finish off my card base. So I am pulling out the brand new Nitpicky Fall paper pad, and I have a feeling this is possibly my favourite pen and paper pack that Lawnfawn has ever done. I love the colours in it. It's super gorgeous, and I really just wanted to keep this card sort of as basic as possible when it comes to colours. So I decided to just use the simple green pattern, but I cannot wait to pull out a ton more papers from this pack and use them. They're so, so gorgeous. So I just adhered that onto a square top folding card base, and then same with the panel on the top. And then for the sentiment, I decided to just go super simple and stamp the Happy Halloween from the same Pick of the Patch stamp set, and I just white heat embossed that onto a strip of black Licorice cardstock, which seems to be my go-to for every sentiment on every card lately. So that finishes up my card for today. I hope you enjoy. I'd really love this reveal wheel die set, and I really love that there is now a square as well. Just makes endless possibilities. So thank you so much for stopping by today. All of the supplies will be listed down below and over at the blog post. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.